I've got two articles just today. Well, both these actually came out on Saturday. Study confirms chronic kidney failure 5 times higher in glyphosate-ridden areas. That's Roundup. Drinking water and occupational exposure to herbicides is associated with chronic kidney disease. And that's out of a journal in Sri Lanka and another journal, the Journal of Organic Systems. And they've made movies about it. It's well known. They admit that most breast tumors are from glyphosate. I mean, it grows it. It's an estrogen mimicker. It makes men have shriveled genitals, hardly produce any sperm. Western sperm counts are down almost 90%. Just look it up. They've got studies on that. Isn't this something? I mean, it hurts women. It hurts men. It turns out it ruins the fields, hurts yields a few years down the road. I got a family in farming, I know. I mean, it is a fraud. The same folks that brought us Agent Orange and so many other things. Monsanto, same folks that are big owners of, of McDonald's. These are the people, ladies and gentlemen, that, oh, by the way, it's in Paul Watson's report. Monsanto and others are the main funders of the feminist movement. See, have the families fight with each other. We won't notice why diabetes is up more than 3,000%. Kidney problems are up several thousand%. I mean, it's all over the news. Breast cancer up, multi-thousand%. Pediatric cancer is over 10,000%. I was on an elevator today going to a business meeting downtown, and they had a sign about kids with cancer and how to give money. And I saw people reading it as we were going up the elevator, and I said, hey, don't you ever wonder why they don't ask why pediatric cancer is up? Some cancers, more than 10,000%. 50, 60 years ago, it was super rare. Doctors would travel across the country to see a child with cancer. The people said, wow, that is a good point. And I said, yeah, it's always give money to treat people or find a cure, but they never do. We're being culled, and the system consolidates our wealth while they do it. Let's go back to the article by Christina Sarich, Infowars.com, that links to the studies. The evidence for the abominable toxicity of Roundup chemicals like glyphosate is already overwhelming, yet there seems to be a never-ending stream of research and evidence pointing towards their dangers. A new study has been published showing that farmers in Sri Lanka exposed to glyphosate through drinking water are 5 times more likely to develop chronic kidney failure than those who didn't drink herbicide-polluted water. But it just kills weeds. I mean, it must not be bad for us. Farmers in this part of the world often wear scant protection when spraying glyphosate on their rice fields. What matters is it gets in the water table and bioaccumulates in the food. But it seems that the protection is not enough. The fact that Roundup has contaminated their drinking water is an example of how multi-tiered the problem of herbicide toxicity truly is. Big ag chemicals, more specifically biotech chemicals, since their GM rice, soy, corn, and other genetically altered seeds are meant to withstand copious amounts of spraying, are detrimental to humans and the environment, and the moment they are sprayed and years later. In this case, the toxicity is felt when residents of small rural villages drink from wells that have been contaminated with groundwater due to spraying. The research abstract concludes, the current study strongly favors the hypothesis that CKDU epidemic among farmers, that's their kidneys failing, in dry zone of Sri Lanka is associated with history of drinking water from the well that was abandoned. In addition, it is associated with spraying glyphosate and other pesticides in paddy fields, rice paddy fields. And it's got the doctors and the links and the study and all the rest of it. Drinking well water and occupational exposure to herbicides is associated with chronic kidney disease. I mean, they've got, again, movies, studies. It's all well known. Simply put, but abruptly not so simply solved,